Why is a head transplant considered one of the most impossible challenges in medical history? In the world of advanced surgery, this mind-boggling procedure is officially known as a head transplant, or, depending on how you look at it, a whole-body transplant. After all, are we attaching a new body to a head or a new head to a body? While this topic triggers endless debates about ethics and philosophy, today we are diving strictly into the medical reality. To make a head transplant work, scientists must solve 4 monumental puzzles. The first, and perhaps most terrifying puzzle, is the spinal cord, the main highway of nerves connecting your brain to your body. A head transplant requires cutting and perfectly fusing 2 different spinal cords together. This is completely different from transferring other organs. For instance, in a liver transplant, you don't even need a whole liver, you can just transplant a single lobe, and the cells will naturally grow back. Even broken bones or torn skin can naturally heal and bridge the gap over time. But our nerve cells, they do not regenerate, they cannot divide to fill a gap. If we cut the spinal cord, there is no natural healing. To solve this, scientists must engineer a revolutionary chemical glue that can seamlessly bond the 2 severed ends and instantly restore the electrical pathways. The second puzzle is brain ischemia, which is the medical term for a critical lack of blood flow to the brain. During this extreme surgery, doctors aren't just reconnecting microscopic nerves, they also have to stitch together massive blood vessels, the windpipe, and the esophagus. Every second counts. The human brain can only survive without blood and oxygen for a maximum of 4 to 5 minutes. Once that tiny window closes, the brain cells die, causing irreversible damage, meaning it is completely permanent and cannot be undone. While we have advanced machines to keep isolated organs like hearts or kidneys alive during surgery, we still haven't found a reliable way to keep a detached human head alive and conscious during the swap. The third puzzle is a mind-bending concept called neural mismatch. Simply put, the biological map in brain A will not match the blueprint of body B. For decades, brain A has been perfectly calibrated to its original body, knowing exactly how much power to send to move a specific finger or leg. Body B was also used to a completely different boss. If we put them together, the signals could get completely crossed, causing the brain to fire commands to the wrong parts of the new body. For now, this remains a hypothesis, a scientific theory, because we haven't had a successful swap to test it on. But the final puzzle is not a theory, it is a guaranteed medical nightmare known as transplant rejection. This happens when the patient's immune system recognizes the new body as a foreign threat and attacks it. The more complex the transplant, the more violent the attack. And the biggest trigger isn't the internal organs, it's actually the skin. Because a head transplant requires fusing a massive amount of skin, the immune response would be catastrophic. To survive, the patient would have to take ultra-high doses of immunosuppressants, drugs that shut down the immune system, for the rest of their life. This would trigger severe side effects, completely devastating their quality of life. A head transplant pushes the absolute limits of what it means to be human. Looking at these massive medical hurdles, do you think science will ever conquer them? And if we do, in the distant future, would you ever consider volunteering for one?